What's going on, guys? Scotty Sparks here, coach of your London Luxray, bringing you my team prep for Brandon, and a bit of things to go over. First of all, this isn't his team. I'm gonna go through what I kind of brought last match, because we did play in the playoffs early on, like second round or something. Uh, so we played. Well, before that, there was four teams left in the thing. It was Mike versus Brandon, me versus Steven. Mike beat Brandon, dropping him down to the losers bracket, but Steven got caught up in work, so he gave me the win. We did have a game for fun, which I'll go over because there's no real point of going over it, just because it was just more of like a gimmick kind of fun game, but just to see like because he said he was trying out new shit, but yeah, so he gave us the win, puts us into third place at minimum, at least third place, and then we have to go and beat Brandon and see if we can do that and make it to the losers finals. I have not been to the finals of this league, even though I'm the one that kind of created it, I guess. But I've always been kicked out by I always got like fourth or fifth. I was able to finish with. But looking at this team here, this is kind of what I brought for Brandon the first time. And I'll talk about the things that worked, the things that didn't work. Azura High I thought could set up on Whimsicott and Crush, but knockoff Whimsicott, my bad, makes Marowak pretty much useless. And the fact that it outspeeds me, I'd have to get a Trick Room up, and then I'd have to be able to switch into it safely without the knockoff. Zeus is wait, I was Titanium Z? I thought I was Electrium Z. I'm pretty sure I was Electrium Z. Then I had a revised versus Brandon. Where is it? Yeah, here, okay, revised. So I did have Titanium Z. Yeah, I should have went with my gut. So here's the main thing that I was going to use. I didn't get to use it in the first match versus him in the playoffs. So this is something I was going to bring again, but the fact that I didn't outspeed Heatran was huge. I fixed that for Zeus again was something. It just does so much work against his team. It's something I have to bring. So I did bring that. Venom again, something that just works really well against his team. This was a sketchy call with Latias. It was just that it did so much work against his team. So I was debating bringing it again, but like I would probably bring the same set, and then he would probably know what it is, and then it just kind of with Whimsicott, I was kind of thinking like HP Poison, try to add that in there somewhere, but this is something I debated on not going with. And then like I said, Marowak knockoff was too big of an issue that didn't really matter. Like that, it wasn't really as effective. And then with this kind of was a trick room for Marowak, and I figured this is kind of like my Megalop check, so I just kind of bring something else just so I didn't bring the same team. So let's go to my actual team. To face Pegasus. I made a joke in our group chat that it's like Yugi and Joey battling off, trying to see which gets the honors of facing Pegasus. In this case, Pegasus is Mike. But yeah, I was like, oh, I need the money, sister. My sister's blind. Whatever. Okay, I'm just being an idiot. So my game plan, I thought about this long. Like I thought of this really hard. I'm gonna see if it's still open. Yeah, whatever. I'll go here. Reply. Nice. Scotty Sparks. So that's actually the battle we just had. Oh yeah, so we played 3 weeks ago, and he brought up a good point. Why he hates rematches so close, but I mean with playoffs it's kind of hard. Like this is the first I think rematch that we've had in the playoffs of like 10, 12 games, so it's not that bad. But there's just so many mind games at play, and the way that Brandon preps, he preps in a way that mind games can throw him off. I don't know if that's worded right, but like so I know going into this that I should have had the second game. I made a couple errors, and Brandon capitalized on them. So yeah, he deserved. with the errors I made, I didn't deserve the win, but I put myself into a spot that I was the only way I lost was to a crit flash cannon, which could have happened, but um, so here was the first week. So first week he brings Kirim, he brings Skarm, he brings Lop, Whimsicott, uh, Florges, Mudsdale. After this battle, I kind of knew. So we got his 12 Pokemon here, and you can see that these 12 Pokemon are obviously not the same because he did make some transactions. I knew after this battle he probably wasn't bringing Mudsdale anymore because he thought that was going to be a Thunder's T check, but he brought the Florges, Whimsicott, and Lop, and I thought these three with Kirim and Skarm kind of got taken advantage of with Thunder's T, so that they could have brought it again. But then you go to this match and you see that Kirim's still there, Whimsicott's there, and Lop. So I had a kind of a good idea that these are Pokemon he's debating bringing, and he brought Heatran instead of Skarm here, and then he brought some offensive pressure. And at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe Skarm's not coming back to this match. But what he did bring is he did bring Megalop. He did bring Whimsicott again. So going into this match, I figured what I was going to see was Megalopony, Whimsicott, Azelf. I was pretty sure I didn't think would see both dragons, but I was pretty sure I'd see one of them. I was pretty sure I'd see Heatran. And then as for his sixth Pokemon, I was kind of thinking it would be Sharpedo. He said in his team builder that he was debating Sharpedo for something. So I was debating there was a chance that he brought it. But this is the team he brings. Does bring the Whimsicott, does bring the Heatran, does bring the Lop. He does bring the Azelf. He brought Florges, which did a lot of work in the first one. Hard as hell to kill. And then he did bring Seismitoad, which is good, which means Mamo's spicy tech could come into play here. But I'm not going to go into the battle in this one. So I kind of knew what he was going to go with. Like, I had a good idea of like 8 of the 12, and I could kind of eliminate the other 4. But to start off, I was like, okay, looking at his team, the only thing Webb's, like, because I kept saying, like, in my head, his team is so either really fast or really slow. Like, the things I need to outspeed, like the things that are slower. See, actually, I don't even know why I was not bringing Webbs in the first 2 matches. I just thought that, like, because I didn't think he had many things it'd be effective for. But now Megalopony, Haxorus, now with a Dragon Dance, it's still only at like normal speed. Scarf Kirim can't check me anymore. It helps against Sharpedo with the speed boost. Now it's only at neutral. When it protects, you have to hit like 2 before it gets speed boost. And the other Pokemon, Whimsicott, I guess it could matter, but with Prankster, it's not really a big deal. But yeah, so I thought Sticky Webs was a good idea, and I knew that he was probably going to lead something. Once he saw Ariados and Sticky Webs, I'm like, this guy's gonna think that's my lead. So I'm like, okay, I'm bringing Ariados, and 100% it's not gonna be my lead. I wanted to make sure that it was more of like a trick kind of thing, and with Sucker Punch, Poison Jab, Mega Horn, and Sticky Web, I figured that was good. That would be good enough. Poison Jab, Mega Horn, covered Azelf, covered Whimsicott. If he tried setting up on me or in my face, I could deal damage. And if he had that matchup and I still had my sash, I was gonna throw the Poison Jab instead of the Sticky Webs because like Encore or sort of like Taunt. I was really worried about Taunt, so I made sure I had a lot of coverage moves that I could take on Pokemon that did have Taunt. And then yeah, I didn't really need the speed. I'm slow as hell anyway, so I just threw as much speed as I could. With the sash, I don't really need any health investment or defensive investment, and I just went adamant to see how much I could do because like looking at his team, I couldn't really outspeed anything other than his Mudsdale. His minimum is 70, and even with Jolly, I doubt I could reach like be fast enough. Second Pokemon was Drapion because looking at his team, his taunt users are Heatran, Azelf, I guess, and Whimsicott. I think Whimsicott gets it. So he has like a fair amount of things that could mess with Ariados, and I was pretty sure that's gonna be that one of those three would be his lead. So I'm like, okay, this thing has to come in, and it just does so much to his team. It's a good as elf check, and going into this match, he tried switching out of my pursuit last time and sacked it, and he was debating not doing that throughout the match. So I kind of in my mindset, I'm like, he's not gonna switch out. Like, there's no way he's switching out on my Drapion. So I didn't even bring pursuit. I went poison jab, knock off, earthquake, and then toxic spikes, just in case I needed them. Just in case I needed them. Knock off and poison jab covers most of his team except Heatran, which earthquake covers nicely, and I'm faster than it with max speed Jolly. And I speed tie with things like Sharpedo and Kyurem if need be, which is why I didn't go any slower. Then I maxed myself out because I like speed tying Kyurem. I thought would be crucial. I can't beat Haxorus, but I could beat an adamant Haxorus speed wise. It just puts so much pressure on his team. I did try to switch it up a bit just because I felt my team would benefit more from momentum than it would from the power of like Zeus's power. So Volt Switch was my big like thing. Wise Glasses was just there to mess around, make his calcs look a bit wonky. Like, oh man, like is he modest or kind of thing. That's why Volt Switch is there. If he brought Seismitoad or the Mudstale, that's what the Grasslands for. Focus Blast for Kyurem or Heatran. Hopefully I hit if I decide to go for it. And Sludge Wave for Whimsicott and Florges. It doesn't do much to Florges because it's so bulky. I think it does like 40, 50, if I remember from our first battle. But with the wide glasses, it's just interesting. And enough speed to outspeed Haxorus, Jolly without a speed boost, boost, right? And even at +1 with the web, if I get webs up, which would be crucial in this match, I still have I'm still faster if it has one Dragon Dance. This thing with Haxorus is crucial. Like, I need to bring this every single time because a D-dancing Haxorus is it's very scary. No way of sugarcoating it. I don't know why he didn't bring Skarmory because it's such a great Mamoswine check, but his elf is kind of frail, so I can hit it with the Ice Shard. This Rex Heatran, Rex Florges, it wrecks a lot of his team, and even with I guess an Energy Ball and Whimsicott could do a lot of damage to it, but then I got Ice Shard. But even and now with Freeze Dry, Seismitoad's not switching into this, takes a hit with Icicle Crash or Earthquake, and then Freeze Dry. Just does like 60 to like 80, and these do around the 30 that's missing. So I don't know why I didn't bring this to any of my other matches. Looking at his team, it just did I ever bring Cobalion? Oh no, I did. No, I did. That was his match. I didn't bring it there, and I did not bring it there. But looking at his team, like I think it was because of Lopunny. I figured it wasn't really useful because Lopunny was at faster than anyways. So I was debating like a Scarf set, but now that I have webs and I can stop Lopunny's like massive speed, which is kind of how it deals all its damage, or what makes it most effective. A dual dancing close combat Iron Head, Cobalion with Fightinium Z to take on bulky Heatran was the main goal of that. But yeah, like this thing is just I'm hoping it puts a lot of pressure on his team. It's not affected by rock, so it can switch in a lot. It outspeeds like the majority of his team. And I have enough speed so that with a rock polish, I outspeed his Scarf users, I believe is what I was going for. So I could outspeed like a Scarf Kyurem. And be fast enough that I outspeed the majority of his team anyways. So I'm pretty sure I wanted to be fast enough to outspeed like... Am I fast enough to outspeed Kyurem? No, I'm fast enough to speed max speed Heatran. That was it. So timid Heatran, I can outspeed. And then so because like I didn't want to rely on the webs, I didn't want to rely on the rock polish, so I made sure that worst case I still outsped Heatran and I could throw off close combat. And sixth, just because he just more of a sixth man to the team. Megalop, kind of worrisome. He has some threats like Seismitoad. Like he has like Skull Burning, stuff like that I don't really want to switch into. This does deal with Sharpedo without the Psychic Fangs, and I'm pretty sure I can take a hit. I could probably take one Psychic Fang. But Drain Punch, Giga Drain does a lot. And I could get some spikes up if needed, and then with Synthesis, it's not a bad idea to stay alive. I was debating Leech Seed, but I figured Whimsicott switches into this so easily that that Synthesis was better than Leech Seed. And yeah, that's the team I'm gonna bring. And let's go beat Brandon, and let's see if we can make our first finals appearance, which Dan was joking with me because I've been getting second place in a lot of shit. So he's like, "Oh, now you're gonna get second again." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." But yeah, that's my team. Let's hope it works, and I will see you at the match.